Good evening. My name is Haitham Rasool. I am the National Honor Society advisor and I am a counselor at the high school. I've been an advisor for National Honor Society now for roughly 7 years. And I want to thank you for joining me in recognizing the hard work and the diligence of the Cleveland Heights High School students. The National Honor Society is the nation's premier organization established in 1921 to recognize outstanding high school students. NHS recognizes students who excel in scholarship, leadership, service, and character. These 4 pillars of the organization guide the work of our local chapter. To qualify for initial membership into the National Honor Society, students must have at least a 3.5 weighted GPA. This year's highlights and accomplishments: the NHS acted in an advisory role in the Heights High Alumni Hall of Fame selection. They partnered with the Future Teachers of America in the tutoring lab every day after school. They volunteered at many high school and district events that included providing building tours to new families and visiting students. They were servers at the annual alumni pancake breakfast. Our biggest effort has been the NHS tutoring lab that we do. Whether it's been individual student tutoring during the school day or establishing and staffing the tutoring lab after school, all members have committed themselves to the advancing and academic achievement of all Heights High students. Students get help with any content area for homework, they can review for an upcoming test or quiz, and they can organize an essay or work on a project during that time. I would like to thank Joy Henderson, Keith Newman, and the stage crew for their help in tonight's ceremony. Please welcome Mr. Ross.
Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing? Good. All right. Great. I've been told that I only have about 1 minute, if that, to speak to you, and I said, okay, we're going to, stay on Hatham's schedule here. But I am actually here to congratulate our 49 inductees tonight. You have worked diligently to be here tonight, and I know our parents have also encouraged you to become members of the National Honor Society. So on behalf of the school, my assistant principals, and the entire staff, I would like to congratulate all of our inductees tonight. Tonight is your event. It is scheduled for you to enjoy the moment. It will be a quick moment, but it will be one for you that you will enjoy for the rest of your life. So don't let tonight's quick ceremony determine who you become the rest of your life. So this is something that you can put on your application when you go to college. We know we do get many people who ask us to talk about being in the National Honor Society. So please enjoy this evening tonight that is scheduled for you. So thank you.
All right, welcome. My name is Ben Schuster, and I am one of this year's co-presidents of NHS. Tonight is a very special night for the selected individuals here who have led their class by example. These students can be classified as leaders and scholars. They exemplify the pillars of character, leadership, service, and scholarship through exceptional work in both school and community service. Each pillar will be described in detail by our current NHS members. We are also incredibly honored to have Judge Solomon Oliver Jr., the Chief Judge of the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Ohio, as our keynote speaker. Now I will speak on the pillar of leadership. I am honored to be here today to help recognize a group of very deserving students. I would first like to again commend all of you on your achievements thus far in your scholastic career. Through all of the hard work and dedication, you have demonstrated that you deserve this recognition. As a co-president of this chapter of the National Honor Society, it seems only fitting that I should discourse on the subject of leadership. To echo the pillars of the National Honor Society, a true leader represents discipline, a commitment to respecting those they lead, and the strength and integrity of character to set a positive examples for others. Yet these words are just vague concepts, and when it comes to applying them to real life, it can be difficult to fully represent each of these traits. I have had the privilege to serve in a number of leadership positions in both academic and athletic settings. Perhaps the most important thing I have learned about being a leader is self-confidence. As a leader, one must engender respect from those they lead by being able to make executive decisions, some of which may not always be easy to make. The sooner you learn to do this, the more prepared you will be to fulfill the leadership roles you will be expected to assume throughout your life. In fact, you are already being called upon to fill such a role. As a member of NHS, you are becoming a leader both within your school as well as within your community. It is your responsibility to serve as a role model who is confident in their ability to promote fortitude and righteousness and to inspire others to do the same. This is the task of a leader, and it is my belief that each and every one of you have the ability to fill these roles in the upcoming school year as the 2017-2018 chapter of the National Honor Society. Just as your school, your parents, and I myself are proud, you should also be proud of yourselves, for you have just taken another step in a lifelong journey of excellence, which should prove to be a greater award than any recognition could ever be. For this I commend you and wish you good luck for this upcoming school year. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce you to our other co-president, Sully Collins, the speaker on the pillar of character. Thank you.
Hello. So yeah, I'm going to be talking on the pillar of character. The concept of character is very abstract and is ultimately the basis of who we are as individuals. Character goes far beyond our reputation and how others view us, because our true character is revealed when nobody is watching. To have good character requires a person to make the right choices in difficult situations and to stand true to their morals and beliefs. It is our character that determines our success in life, and developing a strong sense of integrity is such a pivotal factor. Character is a test of strength, determination, and striving to make the right choices every day. This concept of character is reflected through our actions, our choices, and the relationships we hold with others. As many of you may know, in high school our character is continuously tested, and we are forced to make decisions that shape who we become as young adults. I cannot stress enough how crucial it is to stay true to who you are and what you believe in, to stand confident and be an honorable individual in everything you do. I encourage you all to continue to strive towards your goals and never lose faith in who you are. The barriers you overcome will define the strength of your character. Although there is no way to achieve a perfect character, we can all aim to be the best version of ourselves when we wake up every morning. By being inducted into the National Honor Society today, you have shown us that you are dedicated to the 4 pillars that we pride ourselves upon. Character may be one of the most difficult of the 4 pillars to shape and maintain, but I believe all of you here today are capable of not only standing true to who you are as individuals and making the right choices, but becoming leaders for your community and fellow peers as well. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce our other officer, Faith Morris, on service.
Hi everyone, my name is Faith Morris and I'm the National Honor Society Public Relations Officer. Service is the willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without compensation or recognition of any kind. Through service, we can better the lives of others while also improving the quality of our own character. In a quote from Martin Luther King Jr., "Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make some good things happen, you will fill the world with hope, and you will fill yourself with hope." National Honor Society members live by this advice. To provide for someone when they are unable to provide for themselves illustrates humility and true kindness. Today's inductees have demonstrated an exceptional commitment to community service. As inductees to National Honor Society, they are recognized for going above and beyond any service requirements and assisting the needs of others based on their own personal will to do so. As a service club, we are highly concerned with giving back to the school and our community. In order to fulfill this, National Honor Society offers a free tutoring lab every day after school. In addition to this, individuals partake in countless projects, charities, and volunteer groups outside of our school. This devotion to service has meant that our members and inductees have spent their lifetimes improving themselves and the community around them. Servanthood is a core value held strongly by inductees and which will grow even stronger through their participation in NHS. The experiences that the inductees will undergo will prepare them to be successful, giving, and selfless individuals. Thank you. And now, Callie Swain-Fox will speak, our next NHS officer.
Good evening. My name is Callan Swain-Fox, and I am the treasurer of NHS this year. Congratulations to all the students that will be inducted into the National Honor Society tonight. This event is a wonderful way to recognize your efforts in your academic career so far, and I'm so glad that we, as your community, are able to share in the celebration of your successes. Perhaps as important as being inducted this evening are the accomplishments you have made on your journey to get to this point. Many of those accomplishments fall under the umbrella of scholarship. When we think or talk about scholarship, we are often referring to academics, papers, homeworks, labs, etc. Though those things are an important part of scholarship, the joy of learning itself is what makes scholarship so valuable. When we, as students, engage in our classes and studies, not just for the grades, but for the love of the information we are getting, we set the groundwork for a lifetime of learning. When grades are forgotten and GPAs cease to matter, the commitment to understanding and your ever-budding knowledge will assist you in every aspect of your life. I congratulate you all on demonstrating this pillar in your lives. I look expectantly to all of your futures and to see the limitless places it will lead you. Thank you.
And now, the 2017 National Honor Society inductees will be recognized. Sahil Angdembe. Oh, I'm sorry. Please hold your applause until all inductees have been recognized. Thank you. Tyla Beasley. Diamond Booker. Amber Brady. Ashell Brooks. Nathan Cheenan. Sylvie Crowell. Ella Damiser. John Dyer. Treasure Island. Ronell Flowers. Alexander Giluli. Jacqueline Gold. Angel Goodluck. Emma Henning. Samuel Hermes. Jackson Hirschman. Jack Johnson. Nolan Johnson. Darshanae Johnson. Georgina Jolivet. Connor Karbowski. Lily Carey-Young. Samuel Kramer. Daniel Lewis.
Morgan Lewis. Deckard Manny. Joshua Margilis. Peyton Marshall. Janae Mitchell. Michael Moorer. Claire Pepler. Senna Perlman. Ryan Quarry, Emma Quill, Skylar Radovojevich, Sanaya Reeves, Jacqueline Rosales, Folakemi Sampson, Christiana Sanders, Macy Smith, Tyreek Smith, Alyssa Smith, Alexa Solomon, Olivia Sormaz, Samuel Stavovi, Hannah Thelian, Jaden Weaver, Ethan Zoldak. Congratulations to our new inductees to this chapter of National Honor Society. We will now lead our new inductees in the NHS pledge.
Packets, it's the back of their packets.
It's in the back of your packets.
All right. Ready?
I pledge
myself to
uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character.
Congratulations, everybody.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce Chief Judge Solomon Oliver Jr., our keynote speaker for tonight. Judge Solomon Oliver Jr. was appointed to the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Ohio by President Clinton on May 9, 1994. He has served as Chief Judge of that court since June 1, 2010. Judge Oliver was born in Bessemer, Alabama, the fourth of 10 children of Reverend Solomon Oliver and Mrs. Willie Lee Oliver. He attended the segregated public schools of Bessemer. Judge Oliver graduated from the College of Worcester with honors in 1969, majoring in philosophy and political science. He received a JD degree from New York University in 1972 and a master's degree in political science from Case Western Reserve University in 1974. Judge Oliver served as assistant professor of political science at the College of Worcester from 1972 to 1975 as a law clerk to the late Judge William H. Hastie, who was the first African American to serve as a federal judge from 1975 to 1976, and with the U.S. Justice Department as an assistant U.S. attorney in Cleveland from 1976 to 1982. Thereafter, he was a faculty member at Cleveland Marshall College of Law of Cleveland State University from 1982 to 1994, serving as Associate Dean of Faculty and Administration at the law school from 1991 to 1994. Judge Oliver has written articles and lectured on a wide range of topics at colleges and universities, and continuing legal education seminars and at judicial conferences, including at a conference of East African judges in Arusha, Tanzania. Oliver has received various awards, including the Distinguished Alumni Award from the College of Worcester, the Distinguished Alumni Award from the New York University Black, Latino, Asian Pacific American Law Alumni Association, and the Trailblazer Award from the Norman S. Minor Bar Association, the African American Bar Association in Cleveland. For the past 2 years, he has served as a member of the teaching faculty at Harvard Law School Trial Advocacy Workshop. He has also received an honorary Doctor of Laws degree from the University of Akron and an honorary Doctor of Laws degree from New England School of Law, Boston. Judge Oliver previously served as a member of the Judicial Conference of the United States and as a chair of the Council of the American Bar Association's section of legal education and admissions to the bar, which has responsibility for the accreditation of law schools. He is a member of the Board of Trustees of the College of Worcester. He has also co-chaired the American Bar Association's Litigation Section's Minority Trial Lawyer Committee. Judge Oliver is married to Louisa S. Oliver, and they have 2 adult sons, Solomon Michael of Portland, Oregon, and Jonathan Douglas of New York City, both of whom graduated from Cleveland Heights High School. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Chief Judge Solomon Oliver, Jr.
Good evening. Thank you, Ms. Chu, for that kind introduction. And thank you, Ms. Henderson, for inviting me to speak tonight. I'm glad to be here. And as Ms. Chu said, my wife, Louise, and I spent a lot of time at Heights High over at the other building. I know they're renovating that now. But our 2 sons did graduate from there and were involved in a lot of activities at Heights High School. So we have very, very fond memories of Heights High. So when Ms. Henderson asked me if I would come to speak tonight, and I have spoken on one previous occasion before, I was really delighted to say yes. Now, while I enjoy my job as United States District Judge, where I get to help the parties before me, whether they are individuals, the government, a corporation, decide some of the most important and difficult matters in their lives, that does bring a certain amount of tension and stress and sometimes frustration. But being here with you tonight to celebrate with you brings no such tension. I must also say, as I said to Principal Ross, that I'm glad that tonight I'm here facing you rather than you're being down at the courthouse facing me. Congratulations to all of the inductees, and congratulations to their family and friends who are here to celebrate with them as they receive this very special recognition of being inducted into the Cleveland Heights chapter of the National Honor Society. Today, you not only join the other outstanding members of the National Honor Society here at Heights High, but others who have been so recognized at other high schools throughout the United States and Canada, both now and in the past. As was clearly explained during the ceremony, being a member of the National Honor Society means more than making the honor roll, though that would not be an insignificant achievement. But being inducted into the Honor Society means that you have demonstrated excellence in the areas of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. And it is the hope of this society, your relatives who are here tonight, and your friends, that you will continue these traits lifelong. And if history is any predictor, you are likely to continue to excel and ultimately to make your mark in whatever becomes your chosen field, whether it is, for example, in the field of science or medicine, law, teaching, politics, social work, ministry, or some aspect of the arts. I sincerely hope that some of you are quickly preparing to take my job. Now, in predicting success for you, I am not suggesting that things will always be easy. I'm sure they haven't always been easy. And I'm not predicting that you will always know what comes next. But one of the curses of those who can do many things well is having a difficult time settling on what path to take. But I am confident that what you learn here from your teachers, and sometimes from each other, will see you through no matter what path you take. At Heights, you've been challenged and continue to be challenged to be creative, to think critically, and to work both independently and collaboratively. Because these are some of the critical skills necessary to be successful in almost every human endeavor, you are entitled to have the confidence that you can succeed in whatever place you go and whatever field you choose. But if or when you have doubt, I want you to please remember that Heights High has been a center of excellence for generations, a place that's produced leaders in so many fields. You follow in that tradition. And also remember your mothers and fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, uncles and aunts, and your other relatives and friends who have invested so much in you and who have so much confidence in you. As we remember the requirements beyond scholarship to be invited for induction into the Honor Society, and those are service, leadership, and character, I just want to take time to suggest a few things that I think will serve to ensure that you continue to exhibit these traits along the way. So, the first suggestion I have for you is to always remember diversity that's here at Heights. Always remember how much that diversity has contributed to your education, how much you've learned from others who may be from different backgrounds than you are. And always remember that you learned here at Heights that no race, no religion, no one, no nationality has a monopoly on talent, on the ability to succeed, on the ability to do well. Please, all of you, remember that. Next, I'd like you to remember that you're likely to be happier if you seek to make a contribution always to the larger society. You're likely to be happier and have a more meaningful life if you learn to define success, not just by the money you receive or the goods you acquire, but by the contribution that you make to the larger society. Whether you become a scientist at the National Institute of Health or become an officer at a large bank, you can make a difference. And remember, outside of your job, do what you've been doing already. Make it a lifelong habit to contribute to nonprofit organizations and aspects of society where you can help others who need that help. You've been doing that, I know, and that's part of the leadership you've shown, the service you've shown. But whether it's volunteering at a food bank or volunteering at a school to help young children learn how to read, or at a daycare center, or what have you, or serving on the board of an environmental organization, always, always remember that you gain much from making that kind of contribution. You're likely to be happy when making those kinds of contributions to society. Now, let me say a little bit about respect, because I know when you're in high school, you go through a lot of things, you're tested in many ways as you grow. And so I want to offer this to you. Always remember to respect others, regardless of who they are. And this is a principle that I carry forward in my courtroom. I do not care whether the person is a defendant, the person is a witness, or a lawyer. All persons must be treated with certain basic respect. Make that one of your hallmarks. Always do that. At the same time, make sure that you respect yourself. That's critically important. Remember that if you think more of other people than you do of yourself, that's a sure sign you're in trouble. Being a good football player, a good musician, or a good actor does not necessarily translate into being a superior human being. And certainly being a good scholar doesn't translate into that. So stay away from people who will pull you down, who will keep you from realizing your full potential. Keep up your can-do attitude. And I know that you have a can-do attitude because you would not have gotten to this point now. When I was growing up in Alabama, the segregated South, my uncle taught us the phrase, "I can do anything." My parents, relatives, and friends taught us to believe this when the largest segregated society around us was saying that we could not. Now, I know that your parents, your relatives, your teachers have taught you to believe this, that you can achieve anything no matter what you encounter. So always remember that and believe that. Now, you've worked hard to get where you are, but don't forget that that's important to continue to work hard. Most of the time, there's no magic to success. It cannot be won easily. It usually comes only after hard work. It's rather simple. You can accomplish. You must work. Thomas Jefferson said that success is 10% inspiration and 90% perspiration. It goes without saying that you should not just work hard, but you should give it your best. You should live by the motto, whatever the task, great or small, do it well or not at all. And next, I would say, learn to turn stumbling blocks into stepping stones. When setbacks occur in your life, and they will, you must have a strategy for dealing with them. Define ultimate success by the long run. Always get up, get back into the race. And I would also tell you that you should always remember that no one achieves success by him or herself. If you think so, you're fooling yourself. Because of parents, and teachers, and friends, and sisters, and brothers, and other relatives, you are successful. I'm not taking away from you any of the talent that you have. I'm not taking away from you any of the success that you've achieved. But I'm saying that if you're going to be happy, if you're going to continue to succeed, if you're going to live a purposeful life, you have to always understand that no one achieves success by him or herself, and it's good to celebrate. It's good to celebrate your success, your friends, with your relatives, always. So, tonight, and perhaps tomorrow, take time to say thank you to your mother and father, grandmother and grandfathers, uncles, aunts, cousins, relatives, all those who stand behind you and who are here, not just here, but in spirit, to urge you on, to applaud you, to congratulate you on what is a very successful accomplishment. Now, I'm going to leave you with a quote from Benjamin Mays. You say, who is Benjamin Mays? Benjamin Elijah Mays was the president of Morehouse College, one of the most well-known colleges, African-American colleges in the United States. And that's the college that, that many of our outstanding leaders attended, including Dr. Martin Luther King. And the head of that college, Dr. Mays, worked very hard with those young men. At that time, there were just men there, although there's Spelman College, which is the college for women. And he taught them to be courageous, and he taught them to believe in themselves, and he taught them how to make a contribution to society. And he would speak with them often. And so he said to them, it must be borne in mind that the tragedy of life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goal to reach. It isn't a calamity to die with dreams unfulfilled, but it is a calamity not to dream. It's not a disgrace not to reach the stars, but it is a disgrace to have no stars to reach for. And then he said, not failure, but low aim is sin. And so let me say to you, the inductees here tonight, congratulations to you. And let me say to all of you who are in the National Honor Society, congratulations to you. You are our future. You will be our leaders. You have been prepared here to do that. always remember what you learned here, what you were taught here, and always remember that there are people pulling for you. So I think that as you go forward, I have every confidence that you will succeed. I will bet on you. God bless you all.